Leblanc update was supposed to be just a visual update, but with Riot we can always expect the unexpected, and as it later turned out, this update was not only visual but also significantly changed Leblanc combos and her gameplay. So today I'd love to address both the visual changes that turned out to be really not good and the gameplay changes that turned out to be an interesting accident. When the Leblanc visual update was first presented, the community was pretty excited. If we look at the comments under Skin Spotlight's video about Leblanc visual update, most of the comments are honestly positive and people seem to be pretty thrilled about her. Then, when we go to Skin Spotlight's model comparison of old versus new version of different Leblanc skins, well, the story starts to shift. Although there are still plenty of positive comments, people are pointing out that the new version is missing out a lot of details, and that the old designs seem to have more personality. And honestly, it only gets worse. YouTuber named ExoLL made a fabulous video called New LeBlanc is worse than you think, pointing out that, for example, New LeBlanc has only one idle animation now, while most of the older champions have either 3 or 4 variants. Exo is also pointing out how some animations are simply missing, which makes the character feel clunky and lackluster, and that is also confirmed by the facial expression. These were just some of the highlights, but you will find more things wrong about Leblanc update in their video, so I highly recommend checking out their video and their channel. They do plenty of these quality comparisons that certainly show a rather sad trend in League of Legends, with new champions, skins and reworks. It only confirms to us that the quality is severely decreasing, and we really need people like EXO to keep pointing out what Riot is doing. Now that we already know how lackluster the new Leblanc is visually, let's have a look at the gameplay changes. One of the most basic Leblanc combos is Q into W. There's simply no way to cast WQ combo on the live servers with Q hitting before W. But on PBE, with new Leblanc, this is much different. You can with 100% consistency pull off WQ combo. It means you press W first and then you Q, but Q will still hit first and then your W will proc the bonus damage on it. The main reason is that you can cast abilities during the dash. So not only WQ combo is possible, but you can also cast your E much earlier during the dash. Instead of pretty much needing to wait for Leblanc to arrive at the location and then casting E, you can already cast E mid-dash. And I was doing all of that with 200 ping, so it could get much faster too. Instead of having to do a slow combo QWE, you can have a much faster WQE combo. But before you get too attached and too excited to these changes, sorry to ruin your dreams, this was not intended. As Riot Frogzone has commented on his X, this isn't acceptable as it would make his Leblanc win rate too high, and it's too low counterplay. Accidentally changing the gameplay during the visual update is not something we see too often. What do you guys think about Leblanc update shenanigans? Let me know in the comments. Cheers!